games. Whoop, let's go. Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you haven't caught up with all of the episodes that have happened so far, there is a playlist that you can go and get yourself all nice and caught up with. You may or may not know, but we brought this series back to videos, so we're bringing them as a twice, sort of like a 2 a week upload instead of just 1 stream a week. But with all that said and done, we're going to get straight into today's episode, starting off with our first game, which is against Man United in the Cup final. It's our first chance at winning Silverware, and I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm a little bit excited too. But before we get into the game, just to show those of you who may or may not know, or are just interested with how we're doing in the league as well, we currently sit in 4th with 5 places off of the automatic places, with Stoke and Fulham at the top of the table. Stoke were flying like away with this league, but we've done a pretty good job of having the catching pack all chasing and catching them up, and we're 6 points safe in the playoff places ahead of Leeds. So West Brom, ourselves, Nottingham Forest and Swansea make up the top 6. And to look down the table, for those of you again who are wondering, Barnsley, Huddersfield and Luton are the bottom 3 teams. Barnsley really starting to fall away from things now. Obviously not that many games left, about 10 to 15 games for every single team left in the league. So, you know, 10 points is definitely make upable, but it's a tough league to make points up in. And the other teams kind of in that playoff, in the relegation battle, all the way up to 18th. You've got Bristol City, Charlton, Hull, Wigan also joining the bottom 3 in a bit of a relegation scrap. Okay, so with it being a cup final, I've decided to go, and pretty much we're not messing about. We're playing what I think is probably our strongest starting 11 minus 1 little change. So we're going with Kelly in goal, Manning, Barbe, Leisner and Kane at the back, Scowen and Smith as CDMs, Chair and Eze, and then Gooch. I've put Bright Asai Samuel on the bench just because he's a little bit missing on stamina, so I'm just going to use him as an impact sub and hope that he can come on and make a big difference. And we've gone with Naki Wells as our starting striker. Out of all the strikers we've got, he's the one I have got the most confidence in. I'm nervous, but it's cup final time. Okay, here we are at Wembley. I'm like I said, I'm surprisingly nervous. I know it's just a video game, but it's still QPR and it's still a cup final. Man, I'm just hoping and praying it's not a crazy full first team from United. If it is, I genuinely think we're going to get a little bit blown out of the water. So I am going to actually see who it is they are playing, what their lineup is, because I'm nervous. I'm genuinely nervous. I'm expecting them to probably run out with a pretty much starting team, although I do see Phil Jones as captain. I'm not as nervous now. But we see De Gea there. I think that's Dallo. Is that maybe Twanzebe? I didn't see the number on his kit, but they beat West Ham 6-3 on aggregate to get to the final. Fair enough. You can see our run there as well, the teams that we had to beat to get here. But this is, you know, it's the nearest QPR are going to get to a trophy anytime soon in real life, I'll tell you that for a fact. But Jones, Phil Jones as captain, that's an interesting one for me. Again, one I'm happy to see though. So we'll see the starting lineups now. We've already gone through our team. You can see the substitutes there because I didn't mention who the substitutes were. But you know, I'm confident. I'm confident. Going with the 4-2-3-1, my favourite formation in the career mode. 4-4-2 is another formation I like, but with the players we've got, I think the 4-2-3-1 is probably the one to go with. Now let's have a look at United's lineup. I see Matic in there. I'm trying to work out. I see Fred. I think that's Dallo. I think it is. So they've got De Gea, Dallo, Twanzebe, Jones, Darmian, Fred, Matic, Pereira, James Lingard, and Jonathan David. That's not somebody I think I know. And they've even got a slightly weakened bench. I saw Lucas Leiva on there. I don't know who that David is. Should I know who David is? Regardless, we're going to get into the game. Nerves settled. Come on, boys. Let's get a trophy. David away. I think I remember who Jonathan David is. I think he's that Canadian. Is he Canadian? I think he's a Canadian guy. I think I've used him in another career mode. I probably should know who he is. Great ball through to Gooch. Gooch has got the beating of Darmian on this wing. Imagine what Bright Asai Samuel will do to him when we bring him on. Gooch gets it to Ilias Chair. Ilias Chair, I just wanted it back to Gooch. Just so unlucky. James has absolutely blitzed Barbe for pace. Kane is not going to catch him either, but hopefully Kane can at least get close enough to maybe stop the cross. He doesn't. Tony Leisner, you're my boy. Keep it out. Big save, Kelly. Thank you, mate. First thing he's had to do in this game. Scowen. We find Ilias Chair. Ilias, who should have 4-star skill Muzier. I'm just throwing that one out there. Eze with a nice turn Another nice turn. Eze's going to take the shot. Eze with a goal. What a fantastic goal. What a beautiful strike from Abire Eze to break the deadlock. De Gea getting absolutely nowhere near it. And that is what we like to see Abire Eze do. Cut inside on that right foot and just whip it into that top corner. An absolute beautiful strike from the young man. Look at this. First time, takes it past Tuanzebe, takes him back again, cuts inside, and the right peg, that's always going in, always curling in. Even a player like De Gea, even a top keeper like De Gea is not stopping that one. He dives and just gets under it. Abire Eze opens the scoring in the cup final. Man, half an hour in, it's been a slow game. But we start off 1-0 up. Let's go, boys. That is not a good place to lose the ball there. Now David and James. James plays it back to David. A good through ball to Andres Pereira. What a strike that is. I can't do a thing about that, and neither can Kelly. Poor defence, honestly, from me to let the little 1-2s happen. Losing the ball in a really silly place. I think it was Pereira that actually won the ball back there. But a thunderous strike. I mean, if Eze's goal was good, then that was amazing. Like, look at this. Really, really nice little one-touch football here. Simple work just to split the defence like that. And that is as top bins as you're going to get it, mate. I don't know if he's left or right-footed, but regardless, what an absolute worldie of a strike that is. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any keeper in the world is keeping that one out. So 1-1, back to square one. And it's just before half-time. So about 5-7 minutes worth of this half left. That's half time. It's been a really, really close and a really good competitive game. A lot of work in the midfield here. Their wings, or like wingers I should say, their attackers and wingers are really causing us problems. They got such pace going down the flanks, and Kane is really struggling to keep up. As you can see, only 3 shots. We've had a lot of possession, but I've had a lot of the ball around their sort of box, just trying to make chances that I couldn't quite get off. So I'm going to take Gooch off. I'm going to bring on Bright Side Samuel. I think he's going to make a big, big difference. I'm going to bring him onto this side, so he's the screen side, if that makes sense, so I can get a bit more effective for me personally. Anyway, we're going to keep the team the same otherwise, so just Gooch off for Asai Samuel, and then Bright and Chair swapping wings. Hopefully that pays out. We'll have to wait and see. Second half, let's get underway. This is the kind of thing I was talking about at the halfway point. This is why my possession is so high. But Eze, with the chance to shoot, it's off the bar. It's a real good effort, cleared by Tuanzebe. Mate, fantastic effort, but just a bit too high. United on a bit of a counter from our chance off the bar here. James running it right into the corner. Can Tony keep it out? He can't, but Barbe's up to it. Matic is tall. This looks bad. Fred spoons it over. We do get it to him. Eze dummies it, takes it past Tuanzebe again. Do it. Go on. Oh, what a goal from Abire Eze. The man is running the show right now. 2 fantastic goals. A lovely bit of skill. Tuanzebe is going to be seeing Eze in his nightmares. He's run rings around him for both goals. Great bit of skill. And Phil Jones was not going to make up the difference and get the ball off of him. Beautiful work here. As soon as he gets to Eze, he runs the show. He takes over. Nice little turn. Takes the strike on his left peg. Finds that far post, and De Gea got nowhere near it. Eze's had 3 shots this game, our 3 most effective and definitely best chances of the game, and he's managed to bury 2 of them. Thank the Lord. As you can see, we're clearly chuffed. Little hand clap. We move on. 2-1. About 13 minutes left in the game. I did make a change. I brought off Chair and brought on Hugel, thinking about being a bit more attacking, trying to get some height in the box. Now it's a good chance for some hold-up play. Nakuel joins Eze and Bright in the 3 cam positions. 2-1. Just got to hold on now, boys. It's right at the end of the game. João Pedro's got the ball. We've just got to get this ball off them, and that is the game done. James running into the corner. Come on, just get it off of him, Kane. It's a great ball in. Oh my word, I thought Lumley was just going to catch it and that would be it, but Lumley left it. It's gone straight over to Pereira. It's gone straight over to James again. The game will not end. Kelly with a massive save right at the end. That could be the save that helps us win the cup. Big shot. I think it's McTominay, because I think McTominay's come on. Man, a massive save. Come on, let's keep this out, boys. That's all we've got to do now. Keep it out. We're 6 minutes into 2 minutes added on time. It's been punched. Drops to Tuanzebe at the edge. Fred. Get it off him. Just get it off him. Leicester with a block. Boys, get the ball. There's Fergie time, and then there's this. Another corner. We're 8.5 minutes in to extra time, and it's only 2 minutes meant to be added on. Tony Leicester with a fantastic little brush with his toe there. Come on, boys. Just keep this out. Just keep this out. Tony, up you get, mate. And the second header. Get the ball out of here, boys. That's got to be it. It is. That is it. That is the cup final finished. And that is a 2-1 win to the mighty Super Hoops. Ebere Eze with a brace. And man, it feels good to win a trophy. Feels very good to win a trophy. Of course, we're going to watch the celebrations. We're going to see the trophy get listed in the mighty colours of the blue and white Super Hoops. Absolutely chuffed to get our first piece of silverware as a QPR manager. Here we are, the boys lining up. Tony Leisner, the captain, will be the one lifting the trophy. My man, my BFG, Tony Leisner. Very, very happy that we managed to see off an incredibly tough Man United side. I don't know how long the extra time went on to in the end, but here we go, lifting up our first piece of silverware. The English Football League Cup is QPR's for the 2019 season. I'm very, very happy, boys. 2019-2020, and we get a bit of silverware. All we've got to do now is back it up with the return into the Premier League, but that is one hell of a good way to start in winning ways. So there you have it. We win the cup. I'm very, very happy, but we go straight back into having to pay attention to the league again as we are up against Preston North End next. A few little things just to mention. As you can see, Jeff Cameron's not overly happy with the amount of time he's playing. That for me is purely just because he's not, I mean, I'm telling him he's still got his place in the squad, but he's not a player I'm looking to use too much this year. It's same with the likes of Angel Rangel, not looking to use him too much. But there will be a few players we look to sell at the end of the season. I'll explain those when we get there, but I'm sure you guys will work out who most of those players are. Okay, so going into our game against Preston, we're running with the team you see on the screen here. So the only changes from the cup final, we brought in Dominic Ball for Matt Smith, we brought in Deng at right back for Todd Kane, and we brought in Bright Asai Samuel back into the starting 11 ahead of Gooch, and Huge will start up top instead of Eze. A little bit of rotation, but still a very strong squad, as Preston are not a team to take lightly. Okay, here we are against Preston. I accidentally skipped all the intro stuff. I didn't even think about it, so I apologise. But yeah, again, as I said in the first thing, obviously a slightly rotated squad, but hopefully a game we can still win. And actually, this is a really good start. Hugill was offside. Not as good a start as I thought. Oh, Manning's lost the ball in an awful place there. Good ball to the back post, but Dominic Ball gets up very, very well. Again, we're given possession away at really, really bad times here. Too willing to give away the ball, and it's causing us problems already. Maguire with a 1-2 with Harrop. It's a beautiful 1-2. Kelly with a fantastic save though. Big ups to Kelly for a great save, and thankfully he also goes out for a goal kick. Maguire's put the ball in. Leisner, get to that please. He hasn't. The play from Preston right now is unbelievable. They're playing some really, really good football. I can't get to them. Was that Maguire injured, or was that just... Okay, he's not injured. That's fine. Well, not fine actually. I'd rather he went off. But Kelly gets the first one. Potts heads the second one over. We need to wake up here, or otherwise we are going to get embarrassed in this game. That's half time. It's been a really scrappy first half. Many of the chances going Preston's way. We haven't had too much, really, if anything, in the way of chances. I don't even know if we've had a shot, you know. But Preston have really, really looked good. Played really, really high pressure. And they've really stopped us from really creating anything. As you can see, okay, we've had 2 shots both off target. But we've been lucky to go in with a clean sheet at half-time. I'm going to stick with the team as it is. Wells probably will make an appearance in the second half if we haven't scored within the first 15 or 20 minutes. But we're going to stick with it, see if we can fix things up. Eze, I want him on his right foot. We get it on his right foot. We finesse it off the post. This is the kind of thing that Eze does for us. Obviously, our highest rated outfield player. He can just make chances out of nothing, and that's a fantastic example of it. It hits the post. Our first decent effort of the game, and we're in the 50th minute. Eze, Huge are making a good run. This is better. He's made much better runs in the second half, and now Eze's making a good run into the middle. Can we find him? We can. Eze's the ball behind him. He still finds the back of the net. Ebere Eze, I'm telling you now, is our guy. I don't know about the celebration, mate, but I have to say, fantastic goal there. Really nice play. The run is what we've been missing the entire game so far. Very much against the run of play, this goal, but the running from Hugill and then the run here from Eze to get into the box, to make that space, really nice. Just gets it past the keeper and then the defender as he slides across to try and stop it from going in. The main thing is it does find its way into the back of the net. regardless of how against the run of play it is. We are 1-0 up. I'm happy with that. Abire Eze popping in his 12th goal of the season. You love to see it. 1-0 to QPR, nearly 60 minutes gone. Oh, great turn there. He's turned nicely inside out, but Dominic Ball got back really, really well. Sat nice and deep and blocked that ball. And now gives us a chance to break away because Bright Asaya Samuel has definitely got the legs on any player you put up against him. Go on, Bright. Have a strike from there, mate. That is not the best shot. Okay, we'll pretend that didn't happen, mate. This is potentially their last real chance to get forward. There's 3 added minutes. We've just got to now try and see them out for the last few minutes. Keep them up at this end of the pitch. We don't do a very good job as they're now right on the edge of the box. Den gets turned inside out. Great cross in. Hall, much bigger, much taller, much stronger than Maguire. We do just about get it out, and I think that is going to be about it. Gilmore with a through ball to Bright. We could end up making it 2 right at the death of the game. Bright Asaya Samuel. We are going to cut this back to Billy Gilmore, who's going to have a strike. Billy Gilmore, good block by Clark, and we do get a corner, just like the cup game. Many, many added minutes on top of the elements we're actually supposed to have. Let's get it near Gassama. It's nowhere near Gassama. That's surely going to be the end of the game. Bright Asaya Samuel picks it up, and that is it. A big, big win. That was a really tough game. First half, as I said, we deserve to go in, definitely losing, but we go in at 0-0, come out in the second half stronger, and yet again, Abire Eze claws us out of troubles. 3 very big goals from him this episode, and 3 very big points as we look to stay in the playoff places and push towards the automatic promotions, which we're looking very good for right now. Okay, and so for our final game of the episode, we are up against Barnsley, bottom of the table, struggling in the league for the career mode, but we have made many changes, mixing things right up, giving a fair few players a bit of run out. One thing I'm actually considering doing is putting Lumley in, but I think I'm going to keep Lumley for the next set of cup games. But as you can see, we put Wallace, Hall and Rangel all into the back 3. We put Donball and Cameron into this one. Donball had a really good game in that last one, so I'm happy to keep him going. Eze moving over to the left to let Billy Gilmore come in down the middle, and I'm giving Gassama a chance here. If Gassama can't do well in today's game, I don't think there's many games he's going to do well for us going forward. Bottom of the table, he's got to have a good one. Our final game of the episode is at the Kian Prince Foundation Stadium against a struggling Barnsley side. All we've got to try and do here, honestly, is just play some good football and see a game, a game that we should be winning when you look at the league. See it out with almost a second string team. I'm confident though in the players we've got that we can do it. Let's go. Right, Asaya Samuel with a nice through ball here to Gilmore. Gilmore, I want it to Gassama. It's a poor pass to be fair, but Bright does pick it up. Gilmore's going to do it himself this time. Good shot, but a good save. Gassama gets it to Billy Gilmore. Eze, mate, make me a run. Make me a run. Wasn't the best run, but Gassama's made a decent enough run. Go on, mate. I know you're not the quickest, but have a go. Good lad. He's got some good space up there. Credit to him. Go on, have a pop. Have a pop, Gassama. He did well. Ran most of that himself. Good hold-up play. The shot in the end wasn't the one, but you know what? For someone who isn't in the best form for me and isn't my favourite kind of player to use, it's a good effort. Hopefully you can build on that. Go on, Gilmore. Gilmore's making some fantastic runs. Gilmore with a great turn. Cross the goal. It's 2 near the keeper and it's cleared in the end. Great little 1-2. Wilkes on the ball for them. Dominic Ball doesn't get the ball off Wilkes there at all. Kelly, I need to catch that. He doesn't like catching, but it's a good punch in the end, I guess. That's half time, just as they were on the attack there. Been a really rough half. Not too many chances, but the chances we've had have fallen to players that just haven't quite got the shooting to bury them. Gilmore's had a few chances, Gassama's had a few chances. I'm going to give Gassama the benefit of the doubt and try and give him the next 15 minutes in the first half. Gilmore's getting a lot of luck in the middle position. If that keeps happening, I'm going to swap Eze and Gilmore round, because Eze, I think, in those positions would have scored one of those chances. But I'm going to stick with the lineup, keep these guys out there, because the next game is pretty close for the next episode, so fitness will definitely come into effect. Billy Gilmore here with a chance to run at it. Gassama didn't make a run for me at all there, definitely when I needed him to. Now he makes a run when I can't get it to him. Cheers, mate. Gonna have to go backwards. Now we can go forwards to Gassama. Great run. He's left the ball to run ahead of him. It's a good strike. Well done, Gassama. As much stick as I've given him, he did end up scoring a horrible celebration, but he did bag himself the goal. Fair play to him. The run to let the ball go ahead of him, really, really nice. Sails the defender, and good finish in the end of the day. If it goes in the back of the net, a goal is a goal. This one here looks, just leaves the ball, the defender's ready to press onto him. Nice goal, bottom right hand side of the goal, and that puts us 1-0 up in what has been a very scrappy game. The keeper late to dive for that. Very, very scrappy game indeed, but the main thing is 1-0 Gassama. Don't think he's scored many goals this season. He has got himself, oh, he's got 10. Alright, fair play Gassama. He obviously did better at the start of the season than I thought he did. However, it's still a long way for Gassama to convince me that he's the man to stay. Really nice run here from Wilkes. He's taken it past a couple of players, and then Miller rushes the shot, goes straight to Kelly. Good chance for us just to retain possession now. And that is full time. Another 3 points. 3 games today, 3 wins, one of which obviously is in the cup final, but 2 league wins, which is massive. We have a game in hand, which I think is our next game, which is away to Charlton, which will be at the start of the next episode. But Gassama picking up the only goal in a 1-0 home win against bottom of the table Barnsley. Okay, so at the end of today's episode, we see ourselves comfortably in 5th place, still with the game in hand with all the teams around us. So if we win that game, we do potentially leapfrog over Nottingham Forest, depending on how the scores go on goal difference. But the main thing is, guys, we are in that top 6 and looking pretty good for it. But that is everything for today's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Of course, if you have, then please do leave a like on the video. It's greatly appreciated. Let me know down below who you think should be some of the people we're potentially starting to look at as our starting definite players. So players who definitely have to be on our team sort of week in, week out now to secure us in this top 6. I've got a couple of people that are pretty much my first team players. There's a few positions that we're still rotating. I'll be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on some of those people. And of course, if you're new around here, a subscription goes a long, long way. We are slowly on that grind towards 4,000 subs, so it'd be greatly appreciated to anyone who is new who hits that subscribe button. And make sure you turn on notifications to be told anytime we upload a video, or of course, go live with a live stream. But for now, guys, that's all from me. I've been Tom, you guys have been awesome, and I hope to see you soon. Look after yourselves.
Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up. Check them online, you might catch them playing FIFA. Hey, yeah, you know we keep it live. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Gaming channel, what's the best one? Keep it hella dope, hella fresh, huh? Yeah, Hursty games, tune in. Even told my grandmama, sister, and my best friend. You might want to check them if you want to be entertained. You already know the name. Check us out, Hursty games. Hey, whoop. Make sure to give a like and subscribe.